Alright, I'm Sovereign Sage, and this is actually the third time that I am redoing this video. I say third time because I had tried to do it 2 other times before this, and the video ended up going on for a whole hour, and I felt like I didn't really get my points across, and I want to try to keep it as short as possible because nobody really likes watching hour-long videos of the person saying the same thing over and over again in an endless loop like a broken CD. My fact of the matter is, somebody was trying to send me a request to play online, and I don't play online, so I'm only playing this game because this game is online, and the only way that I can play it is if it's online. But people that try to send in-game requests, yeah, I don't do that. Um, basically, um, people have been wanting to know what people like about the game, particularly the creators or the developers. Um, Again, this is my first game by them. I have never played another game by Miyoyo. So, my god, my game's freaking out. It's actually kicked me out 3 different times. I've been having problems with it. My internet went down earlier, so I know that's why it caused one crash, but it keeps kicking me out of the server, so I don't know if it's because too many people are playing, but it's actually really annoying. I've never actually come up against that problem until just today, but I started having a problem where it's been kicking me out of the game no matter what I would be doing. It would just kick me out and say connection to server, and it would try to reconnect. And in some cases it can't, and it would just kick me all the way back out to like literally like almost like the title screen. And that's never been a problem before. I'm sure it's just something minor. I'm sure that could be fixed in due time. I don't know what's up with that, but it's never happened before until literally just earlier. That being said, though, the developers want to know people's feedback on the game, and I haven't actually done the actual official survey that they were giving out. I'm limited on how long I have to actually respond to that, or they link me to like a whole different page. I might actually have to try to go do that in my own free time, because doing a video, YouTube is a vast website where many people post things. It's not like they would be able to see what I have to say anyway, and like, who am I really is the question. That being said, see, I have issues where I jump and I hit the X button and it just doesn't do anything. Um, like, you're supposed to jump and then hit it again so that you can fly, and I swear it just doesn't do anything for me. I did hit it though. I jumped and then I hit it again and it just acted like it didn't. So I don't know. I've been having problems with the controls too. Um, like, I know it's partially because my controller is broken, but it's only my right joystick that's broken. My other buttons are fine. But like the response times, I'll go to hit something and the character's like, no, like I'm double tapping X and he's just like, nope. Like, nope. So I've been having problems with the controls. At times it does feel really wonky, and at times it feels really spammy, because every time you open a chest or literally anything in this game, multiple items will pop out and you have to spam the square button to select them. And I feel like with a game like this, you should have a gather all button instead of having the players spam one button over and over again. It's actually really annoying. I don't like that. Having to spam the square button to pick up all items that happen to appear on the floor before me. It's really annoying. That's something I just don't like. So you have to spam it to pick up this and to pick up that, and I don't like that. I like a gather all button. That's kind of what I liked a lot about Dynasty Warriors 9, is there was an item you could give to your character, an accessory item that would gather items to you. You didn't have to pick it up, it would auto pick it up for you, and I tended to like that a lot more. That being said, I do have some things that are wrong that I don't really like when it comes to this game. Such as when your character uses an ability, there is a cooldown. So if I were to use his R1, or his R2 rather, right here, you can see he has a 14-second cooldown before I can use it again. As with the triangle attacks, the attacks that are mapped to the triangle button, I don't know what they're called, like some kind of arts or something, those you have to build up. You can't just use that whenever you want. So his is almost built up, but not quite. And I hate having to build up gauges to use abilities in games. It's not something I really like. I feel like it's really limiting as well. because you're stuck having to use generic circle attacks because your attack button is mapped to the circle, and you're stuck having to just do this and this and that just to build up your strongest attacks. Like the character's strongest attacks are limited and they are locked off, and you can't utilize them whenever you want. That's something I personally just hate it. I like games that allow me to have an ability, but also allow me to use it whenever I want and however I want. Locking me off to a cooldown meter and preventing me from using an attack, or requiring me to build up a meter to use an attack, like this is the triangle move here, like, I don't like that. It's limiting me too much in my personal playstyle, and I don't like it. It's limiting me way too much. It really is. Like, I can't do any other attacks because those abilities, you have to build those up. Each character has his or her own unique triangle move that they can do, and in order for you to use that, you have to build that up with normal attacks. So just normal attacks attacking normally with against enemies will build that gauge up slowly over time, and then it fills up for you. But the problem is I don't like that. I feel like it's limiting me already when it comes to me wanting to attack or do pretty much anything, really. I want to see if I can get to that tree up there. It's limiting me, and I don't like it. I feel like the cooldown systems, they really take too long in my personal preference. Like some of the abilities take forever. For instance, if I was to use Barbara's R2, which is a healing, if I was to use it here, she has a 31-second cooldown on that attack. And all it does is it heals you, it heals all party members, and as long as the magical symbols are around you, it'll continue to heal your party, or whatever character is that it's wrapped around. It'll continue to heal them. Problem with that is, like I said, it's limited, and it's timed. I don't know why it was going into the ground. What the hell was that? It's limited. It's really annoying, personally. For my playstyle, I like games that'll give me an ability and I can use it and spam it. And I understand why they probably don't want you to spam that ability here, because it'll feel cheating, like cheating to some people. I did get it. Funny. Especially if you do PvP, you have other people play against other people. I don't know if there is PvP in this game. I know there's co-op, but I don't know if you can actually fight other people, other players. That being said, though, I know that it can be spamish to allow people to use in the same attack consecutively, but that's the type of style I like. I like being able to attack without any repercussions at all, and this game doesn't really give me that. It doesn't give me that at all. I hate how I have to max out bars and gauges to use my character's abilities, and at that point it doesn't even matter to me anymore because I can't use it enough. And like this too, having to spam the square button to pick up all items that fall, it's really annoying. I wish there was a gather all button so that I wouldn't have to spam my square button to pick these items up. It's really annoying for me personally. And as you can see here, some enemies give me problems because my strongest attacks, I have to build them up or they're on cooldown stasis, and I can't use them whenever I want. Had I been able to spam my triangle move, a lot of the enemies in this game would be easier. That being said, I'm not saying that I want everything to be easy. It's just for my personal preference and the way I play games, and the games that I do play and have played and do own, they allow me to spam my abilities. I don't have to worry about not being able to because I am allowed to. Here, however, it limits you. You have a cooldown on all of your R2s, and like I said, your triangles, you have to build them up. Another thing that bothers me about this game as well is, though it is pretty, and though people do compare it to Breath of the Wild because of the way it looks, it is pretty. I actually do like the characters. I have a friend that doesn't like them. He's played Honkai Impact, and he's played games from these creators before, and he says that he doesn't like this game, and that the characters, he just doesn't like them. That's understandable, but me, I actually do like the characters. I think they're very cute. I like the characters a lot, actually. I like the brother a lot more than the female protagonist, but I chose to play as her anyway. But I did like the brother a lot more. He reminded me of Ramza from Dissidia. Well, he's not from Dissidia, from Final Fantasy 5. No, Tactics. Tactics. That being said, he reminded me of him with a cross of Human Neza from Warriors Retreat 3 Ultimate, and those are like two of my favorite characters. And the brother, who his name is Either, he was like a cross between those two, and that's the only reason why I did like him. This creature needs to go away. Oh my god. So see, you can see how this is already a problem. And I'm going to show you. So I can't use his triangle move, which kind of hones in right to the face with that one, because there's a cooldown on it. Another thing that bothers me too is the stamina bars. That's why I didn't like Breath of the Wild, because your weapons would break, and then there were stamina bars, and I feel limited, and I don't like feeling limited at all, and that's what limits me. I can't just climb a wall infinitely, because your character has a stamina bar and they get tired too quickly, and it prevents you from being able to climb anything or do anything like that. So now my triangle move is maxed out, but it doesn't really mean a whole lot here, because I only get to use it one time. Also, these enemies are falling down the rocks as I'm trying to fight them, and you see how difficult this is, how it's kind of like all over the place. Had I been able to use my triangle move again, this probably would have been a lot easier because it can hone in, and the enemies are like falling down the rocks, the mountain, sliding down rather, as I'm trying to kill them. Not really effective at all. That being said, I don't like being limited like that. There's cooldowns on stuff. It makes fighting enemies difficult for me because I'll need to use what are quote-unquote the strongest attacks and abilities that they have. Their R2s as well as their triangles happen to be the strongest moves that the characters have. Nor otherwise, their normal circle attacks are just this repetitively over and over. And yeah, you do damage based on if you've leveled up your weapons. My character's weapons are maxed out. But that being said, I only do like 100 to 94 damage with each attack. And of course, yeah, it can build, but it doesn't really feel like I'm doing a whole lot. And I have to keep swinging at these enemies repetitively to even get anywhere. And it's really tedious and annoying, if anything. That being said, though, I do still like the game. I like it a lot. It's just there's some problems I have with it. And those are some of the problems. Being limited with cooldowns. Even when you go to switch characters, there's a damn cooldown system. I hate that. I like games that allow me to switch back and forth between my characters quickly, which is another reason why I gravitate towards Warriors Retreat 3 Ultimate. I have over 5,000 hours in that game. Probably more because I've been playing that game for 5 years straight. Probably more like 5, 6. But in that game, I can switch from character to character quickly without having to wait for a gauge to refill, without waiting for a cooldown. I can switch back and forth every half second, just switch, and I like that. This does not give me that. When I want to switch between characters quickly, I cannot. There's a cooldown. And another thing that bothers me too is if you happen to drop down somewhere, the character, like the camera points down like this, and I have to fight it. See, I'm trying to pull it back up and it's really slow. I think I can change that in my settings. Camera speed. I think that is changeable. I can change it. But still, the fact of the matter is that these characters' strong abilities, you can't use them whenever you want. It's limited. And I'm already having a hard time, as you can see. And I have been having a hard time because of the way the systems are set up. Like I said, I can make it work. I have made it work. I don't know how she's just up there on the rock. She's not even actually on it. She's just hovering in the air. Freaking mages. That being said, I know it might seem like I'm nitpicking. I really do like the game, don't get me wrong. This is my first game by these developers, by this studio. I've never played Honkai Impact. I don't like games that are on phones particularly, and I think that one was. Look, I'm having so much hard time getting her to come down because she gets up on the rocks and she hides up on the cliffs, and I can't actually hover in the air like a magic person like she's doing. And some of the enemies they get into wrong places. I've also had problems with challenges because when you're trying to fight enemies, you'll accidentally knock them off of the edge of the cliff because they put these challenge stones right on the edge of the cliffs. And when you try to attack enemies, you knock them off the cliff, therefore ruining the challenge for you, and you have to restart it because it's timed. Man, she's super psychotic now. Oh my god, take some wind, lady, calm down. Yeah, I think I got her. Yeah, yeah, okay, cool. No, yeah, okay, what? That's really all I can say. Has been some challenge stones that have been really unfair. Like I said, they're at the edge of the cliffs, and when you're trying to do the challenge, you can't because when you're swinging the enemies, they'll like go to the edge of the cliff and they fall off of it. And because you can't defeat them because they've fallen all the way down the cliff, you fail the challenge. Like, it's just so unfair. This is also a challenge thing. I have to find out how to open it though. I needed Geo, which is why I had pulled out Noelle over here because I needed her to break the spell thing, but I can't actually do it because there's enemies nearby, I think. So like I said, I have a lot of problems with it. I do like it because it does look like Breath of the Wild. But that being said, I've had problems with Breath of the Wild too. I didn't like the stamina meter on Link, and I didn't like the fact that your weapons broke after using them for a certain duration. So no, I didn't exactly like that game 100% either, because no, I didn't. That being said, like, the main problems I have is there's no guard button. You see how down at the bottom right of the screen, my square button is not being utilized. It's not mapped to anything, and it's just blank. I think the reason why they did that is because to pick up items in this game, you have to push the square button, and if they had a guard button mapped to the same button you use to pick up items, instead of picking up items, your character would be guarding instead. And I think maybe that is why they did it. I don't know for sure, honestly. I can't say. I just feel like a game like this should utilize a guard system. And it doesn't. You cannot guard incoming attacks or any of that. It doesn't allow you. There's no guard button, so you're forced to take every hit that comes at you. And the only way you can avoid attacks is if you dash with the R1. If you dash, then you can avoid attacks. But you have to know where the attack is coming from to actually successfully dodge it. I actually don't know why it went all the way up in a circle just to do that. What? It took me on a wild goose chase. I literally walked across the water. It could have just came straight this way, but no, it went all the way up and around the mountain. I don't understand why. Oh my god. See, fighting these enemies is difficult. Like, they don't stay in one place. They fly around, they try to get away from you. Like, what is the point? I hate projectile enemies in games because they're so annoying. You can't hit them, and they move away from you, and oh my god. That being said, I could list some things that I don't like, so I could stop playing for a second, so I could focus on what I'm saying. I don't like how there's no guard button. I hate how there's a stamina meter and you can't climb up anything endlessly. It limits you. I also hate how you take fall damage when you climb up something and you fall. Say if you're flying with your wind glider and your stamina bar runs out, you drop and you fall to your death. I hate that. That seems really unfair. I don't like fall damage in games. It's so stupid. I know it's realistic, and yes, when you do fall from high places, you do get hurt. But this is supposed to be a magical world, and you would think these characters would be resistant to that crap. Like, have them when they hit the ground, a barrier forms around them that prevents them from taking damage, like some kind of auto effect thing. That's what people got mad about Dynasty Warriors 9 for, is because there was no fall damage in the game. I personally thought it was great. I actually liked it. I was all for it, and I am all for it. I don't like fall damage. So again, there's fall damage. Stamina gauge limits you. There's no guard button. You have to spam the hell out of the square button to pick up all items when there should be you should be able to hold the square button to gather all items, but then there would be people complaining about that, because that's what people complained about in Warriors Orochi 4, how you had to hold the button to claim items and destroy stuff and so forth and so on. That being said, that's just a game to compare it to. People don't like holding down buttons to accept something or do something, but because of the way this game is set up, I think that's the only way they could do it. I don't like having to spam my square button 5 to 10 times to pick up items. It's annoying. It would be better for me if there was a hold button, so it's like gather all, so where I just automatically pick up all items without having to physically pick them up like that. I also hate how you can't advance the story if you're not a certain level. I hate games that limit you and lock the player off because they have to be a certain level to do something. It's really tedious and straight up annoying, and it makes the player not interested in your game because they can't continue playing because they have to be a certain level to do a thing. I hate it. That's what my main problem is right now. As you can see, my adventure rank level is only 17, and in order for me to advance the main story, I have to be at rank 18. And it gets worse. In order to get even farther than that, I actually have to be to like level 20 something to continue the main quest. So see here, this is the Archon. It keeps highlighting new even though I already know about it. As you can see down there, it says quest unlocks at adventure rank 18. I hate that. And then they keep playing this is another story thing. I have to be at 26 to do this. And the highest rank you can go in this game is 60. So there has been some people trying to max it out ahead of time. I don't know what's up with the name card. So yeah, there has been people trying to I actually like this blue one. I don't really care for this red one. Yeah, I guess it's like banners or something. I mean, they're pretty. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're pretty, but I guess if you find friends, other characters in the game, if you max out your friendship with them, you can use their cards. Okay. Alright, whatever. I'll do it. I don't care. Yeah, I don't really care for that. Red's not my favorite color. I personally like blue, so I think I'll stay with the default, yeah. That's the only problem I have. I know they're little nitpick things, and like I said, I've already retried this video 3 times because I feel like I'm coming off too harsh for a damn free-to-play game. I know I have the right to be bitching, but they are asking for feedback, and I want to tell them because they want to try to, I wouldn't say cater to everybody, but they want to try to help people make their gaming experience better. And as somebody who's been playing games for years, I like to let them know. What I don't like is when you lock the player off and tell him or her that you have to be a certain level to continue, because at that point, because it's taken me so long to get back into the story, I start to forget it and I become uninterested. Because it's taken me so long to try to get my level up to even continue the main story, I'm already losing interest in it, and I'm already forgetting what it is I had did. I'm trying to keep on track, but because it's already been several days later and I haven't advanced the main story in about 3 days, I start to really forget what it is I had really done. Not only that, though, when it comes to leveling up that rank, I don't really feel rewarded for any of the crap I've done. I do some quests and you barely gain any experience points for it. That's another thing that's really just unforgivable. There has been some quests that I have done and I haven't gotten any experience points. I'll do it and I don't gain anything. It feels like I just wasted my damn time going to collect items for another NPC character to deliver it to another place that's really far, and I go through all this trouble of having to walk manually to a damn place that's 5,000 years away just to not get anything for it. All I get is like some in-game gems, and it doesn't really mean a whole lot to me when all of my characters' weapons are maxed out and I can't even use it anyway. So like there's not even an option to sell those. So like it's just like pointless at that point. As you can see here, because this triangle move is not maxed out or leveled up or filled out, I can't use it, and I'm stuck having to use this normal default circle attacks. Again, I understand that the R2s have a cooldown for a reason, so you can keep using that infinitely. All you gotta do is basically wait for the cooldown. However, the cooldown on some of these attacks takes forever. There's literally a 31-second countdown on Barbara's R2. As you can see here, I'll use it here, and so I can heal Noelle. And as you can see on Barbara, when I go back to her, it literally has like a 31-second cooldown. See, it's still counting down 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Like, it takes too long. And if I'm having to fight like a boss battle or something where I need to heal all of my characters quickly or consecutively, I can't do it because there's a damn cooldown for that. And anything can happen in 31 seconds. In most cases, I would already have been dead had I had needed healing much quicker than that. So it's complicated on how I feel. I mean, I'm locked off. I can't continue the main story. I have to be a certain level to even do anything. And when you do try to go around and max out your adventure level, it takes even longer. Nothing really happens at that point. I know they say that you get adventurer rank, it goes up if you explore things, open chests, and all of that, but it's not really the same because it's pathetic. Because you don't gain enough experience points. Every time you open a chest, you only get 10 experience points for that. And anytime you see one of the statues and you pray to it or give it anything, all it gives you is 200 experience points for that. Like, you don't get enough experience points. I should be getting like up to 1,000 experience points for doing anything. Fighting enemies, opening chests, exploring things. 1,000 should be guaranteed. At least it would feel worth it to me if I was gaining more experience points than 10 or 100 or 200. Like, that's pathetic. And I don't like it. As you can see here, in order for me to go to the next rank, I need 2,500. It's taking so long because I'm only gaining anywhere from 10 to 200 experience points at a time, and it's taking God knows how long to even do that. I have put so many hours into this game. The first day I downloaded it, I put 19 hours into it, and I still didn't gain anything. Like, I was stuck at the same rank. I went up a little bit, but I put 19 hours in, and it didn't even really felt like anything I did mattered at all. And man, it wasn't great. Again, I'm not trying to be harsh on the game and hate on it. I really do like the game a lot. It is fun. I've actually been playing this more than any other game I have. I like how the colors come in as I'm gliding down. Everything just kind of lit up really vibrantly. Like I said, I do like the game. It's really, really pretty. I actually like this part of the game a lot better. This is like the Chinese region. Like, I'm not trying to be racist here, but it's literally, it's the Chinese region. I'm trying to get back to Liyue. That's originally what I was trying to do, was get these points. Another thing too is this red zone here. You can't actually enter it. The game doesn't tell you that, and I feel like it should tell you, and it doesn't. It didn't tell me. I had to find out the hard way. If you try to walk into this red zone, Paimon will be like, let's explore that later, and she pushes you back out of that. And I don't know what it is. There's like this red evil energy that's surrounding certain regions, which is funny because the brother's actually hiding out back here. Storm Terror's domain is back here, and you can actually get back there. But it is surrounded by this barrier. It lets you come up to it, but you can't actually cross into it. I think you can cross into it later. Just, not right now for some reason. The game's like, haha, no. An Abyss Mage. That being said, I really do like the game, but those are like some of the main problems I have with it. Is there's cooldowns that take too long. Even when you switch characters, there's cooldowns. I don't feel rewarded for exploring the world, for doing quests or opening chests or doing anything else in the world. I don't really feel rewarded for it. I just don't. I don't really feel rewarded for it at all. You hardly gain any experience points at all for doing anything, and it's taking too long is my point. I want to hurry up and focus on the main story because I was getting interested in it, and I do like a lot of characters. So far, Venti, or Barbados, is one of my favorites. I liked him from the first moment I saw him. I was like, oh my god. And I like Chang Yun a lot, and I like Barbara, though her singing does get annoying to me. When she stops and she sings, I'm like, oh god. I know it's because she's supposed to be cutesy like an idol, but I'll be honest, it annoys me. Because it's so loud and it's just dull. Same thing with Chang Yun, he talks a lot. If you let the characters sit idle, they just talk constantly. I'm gonna fall from here and probably die. Well, let's see how that works. Oh, dope, dope, dope. See here, there's the fall damage I was talking about. Oh boy. So I can use her healing to heal her. But again, that 31-second cooldown is just, oh, it's so unforgivable. It would be better if it was like a 5 or a 2 second cool, 3 second cooldown. That I'd be like, cool. But no, no, it just no. That being said, I do like the game. I just ran on that bamboo tree like this was some whooshy movie. Oh my god. Um, I do like it. I'm not trying to hate on it at all. And I'm actually starting to think that the first 2 videos I had did trying to talk about this game were more better than this one. It's just I'm already frustrated at this point. This game kicked me out 3 different times. It kept on failing to connect to the server. I'm not earning points for doing things. It's taken me forever to try to even get my rank up to even continue the main story, and that's all I care about is the main story. I'm one of those people that want to focus on the story. I'm more like story driven. I don't really care about side quests or doing other crap besides the main story. All I care about is story. And I'm getting so pulled from the story that it's like it just doesn't mean anything right now. Like I'm forgetting it. All I know is that Barbados is trying to get the dragon to calm down, and that the female protagonist's brother is probably evil. That's literally all I'm gathering from this. I haven't gathered anything more or anything less, and I really want to get into the story and really try to understand what's happening here, and I can't. Like, it's all convoluted. Like, they travel from world to world, and suddenly they get captured, they get stopped when they come here for some reason. It was never really explained. I don't think it was explained why they got captured when they came here. That's not explained at all. All I know is that that happened, and they fought some god woman with wind hair, and oh, this camera angle. And then the brother got captured, and then she's been stuck here, and then she meets all the other characters, and she can gain all elemental abilities. If you touch the statues, you can change depending on what region you're in, because this region's all about geo element. When you touch one of the statues, you can change the main character's elements from animal to geo and so forth and so on, depending on what region you are on and depending on what the statue is. So she's the only one that can change elements. So I actually like that, being able to change the character's element. I wouldn't say at will because there's not an option to pull it up. See, it's glowing red because I'm getting close to that red zone. Again, it never tells you why though. Would have been nice to have a tutorial about that, but it don't tell you. The screen just gets really dark and starts flashing red, and then Paimon's like, back the hell up, and it doesn't tell you why. It was never mentioned. It just gets dark. I found that out when I was running around as Chan Yin, and it was getting dark like that, and I was like, what the hell's going on? So she's like, she calls me to die, practically. She's like, let's back away from that, and she pushed me down a waterfall. You saw it. She tried to kill me. Yeah, it's, God, what was that? I got stuck. So, yeah, it's not said, God, that blur was horrible. It's not said as to why that's a thing, but whatever. I mean, there is a lot I like about this game. I actually do like the characters. I think they're all cute in their own way. Though there are some characters I like more than others. Like, I did like Amber when I first saw her, but now I just don't care for her. Same thing with Kaya. I liked him when I saw him, and now I don't care. It's like the only characters I really like is basically Chang Yin and her, the brother. The female protagonist, I like her, but she's kind of bland to me, because I'm so used to blonde characters and stuff that I'm like, oh, she kind of reminds me of Yui from freaking Diabolical Lovers, and I'm like, what the fuck? That being said, I'm not really keen on blonde characters, which is funny that I say that, because Ace from Final Fantasy Type 0 is one of my favorites, and he's blonde. The hair color doesn't mean anything. My point is, I'm used to playing as dark-haired characters. I do like her design. She's cute, but because everybody plays this game because it's free to play, I see her too much, and she doesn't really feel unique at that point. That's what happens when you have games like this. It was like that with me for Neo 2 also, because the main character I created, everybody uses that hairstyle for a female character, so like your character doesn't feel unique. They just feel like the copy-paste because everybody's using that, and that's how I feel here, because there's no like custom creation. But then again, with the game like this and the way the story is set up, it would be hard to have people create their own characters because you're supposed to be following the twin stories, and that's fine. I don't care about that. Does it not see me? It's like over here. I'm a ghost. Oh. It's flying back while staring at me. That is really just cocky. Oh, very taunty. So basically, that's what's bothering me about the game. I feel limited. I can't continue the main story because I have to be a certain level. I hate how I have to spam the triangle button to pick up stuff. I don't know why it keeps flying in a circle, or what is the point of that? Why do they make them do that? Like, why can't it just fly to where it's supposed to? Why do you gotta do a dance in a circle? It is so annoying. It reminds me of the freaking Legend of Zelda enemies, how when you would do the chase for Dampé or whatever it was to get the hook shot and he would go around in a circle. It's like, what are you doing? Just fly to the location to give me the thing. Why you gotta fly in a square in front of me just to give me an item? Oh my god. Another thing too is, like I said, having to spam the square button to pick up items out of a thing is just, I'm gonna not do that. I don't care. I was trying to pick up this item here. That's another thing that's frustrating. So if there is an NPC character standing next to a chest or standing next to anything that your character can pick up, it'll always highlight to them like you want to talk to them, and when you come up to them you can hit like R3 to move the cursor, the square button up or down, and I don't like that. It's really annoying because if you want to go up and spam something to pick up something and there's a character standing there, it'll accidentally make you talk to them, and that's not what you wanted. You're just trying to pick up the item and it'll make you talk to the person who's standing there, and it's like, come on, really? There's been many times where I'm trying to spam items to pick them up, and because there happened to be an NPC standing so close nearby, it'll trigger it as if I'm trying to talk to them and I'm not. That's also really annoying. It's annoying also. I also, in general, just don't like the square button being a button to pick up things, because in other games I play, my X button's to pick up things, or the circle button. I think I can change that. I think I can. In button control setup, I could change that, but I have it as default for now because it's too much effort to change. It's just, like I said, I like the game, and I don't want people to think I'm shitting on it. I do realize that this video, like, I do feel like I'm coming off more mean, as where the first two videos, I kind of gave the game more higher, I guess, praise. As for here, I'm just kind of not. And like I said, I felt like with the other two videos, like, see, I only got 50 experience points for that. I should have got at least 100. Maybe 500. Like, I'm not gaining enough experience points. I don't know how they rate their experience points in this level, in this game, but it sucks. It's taking me way too long to get that adventure level up, and I want to focus on the damn story. That's all I care about is the story, and I can't even get immersed in it because, oh, my character's not level fucking 20. I don't like it. I don't mean to get angry or frustrated, but when it comes to games like this, I feel like it's wasting so much time. There's also a mission I have active right now that I can't even do because the girl wants me to trade some jade something in order for her to give me the box that I need. And what's annoying about that is it doesn't even tell me where to find it at. Oh, she's like, did you find the jade nethersites or whatever they're called? And I don't even know where to get those from. Like, what? That was, look at that. Woo, yeah. Okay. And then it doesn't tell me where to get those, so I don't even think I'm going to be able to complete that quest because it doesn't, in-game, it doesn't tell me where to find them. She doesn't tell me where I could find them. All she says is, bring me a thing. And it doesn't tell you where to get it from or how to get it. And I feel like that's really annoying. Like, something like that, she should tell me how to get a thing, and she doesn't. In order to trade a box for her or something like that. See, look at this. I have to spam square, and then the items pop out of the chests, and they pop out and land all over the place, and then I'm having to go around and try to select items because they pop out of the chest like wind, like flies out of a jar, and it's hard for me to pick up items like that. It really is. There's been times where the chest will be positioned really close to an edge, and you go to open it like that, and the items that you're trying to pick up will fall down the cliff, and you have to go like weapon chasing because the weapon that comes out of the chest falls off the edge of the cliff and just literally falls forever. That is also annoying. That's why I feel like there should be a gather all button. So it grabs all items, even if they do fall, it grabs them and pulls them to the player. Because having to spam the square button to pick up items, it is so annoying. I also don't like this whole stamina meter. I feel like in a world that is composed of magic and is supposed to be magical, we should not be limited, because I can't fully explore things like I've been saying. Because if the character's stamina bar is too low, they can't swim across anything. They can't even climb up anything because the bar is draining. The bar is running out. And like I said, I have drowned before, I've died before, and I've fallen before because of this meter, that little yellow meter next to the character. It runs out, and I feel limited. It's limiting me. Again, I know it is a nitpick, but I'm pretty sure there are other people out there that feel the exact same way. It's like, what the hell? And like I said, with the attacks, everything's based on a cooldown system. I can't use my strongest attacks when I want. It's all limited. I can't just spam stuck. You're stuck using the same attacks over and over. And, oh my god. That being said, though, I do still like the game. I do still like the characters. Everything is really pretty in the world. I like the way things are designed. I do like a lot of the areas in the game. But when it comes to the mechanics, I feel like some things can be fixed a bit. Like, they could have a gather all button. They could lower the cooldown rates, because it takes forever for things to cool down. They can make things cool down way much faster. They can have it to where you gain more experience points so that your adventure rank goes up faster. I feel like I'm not rewarded for the endless amount of times that I put in. I'm putting in 20 to 19 to so many hours a day. Because I play longer than most people, and I've already put in 50 hours of this game, and I've only been playing it for like 2 or 3 days, and I already put in that much time, and I don't really feel rewarded for it at all. I've been struggling trying to get to level 18, for adventure rank 18. I've been trying to get to that for the last 3 days. 3 days straight I've been trying, and just nothing. Like, every time you open a chest, you only get 10 experience points. Anytime you touch one of the statues, you get 200. Like, the experience points that you get, see, I hate having to spam that. See, I want to try to pick up the item, and he sits down instead. You know why? Because the sit down is mapped to the same button that you pick up items with. Oh my god. So you could see there. You can see exactly what I mean. Like I said, I don't want to hate on it. I know it sounds like I am, but for my playstyle, this is just, I feel too limited. Like, you have an open world in a giant sea, but I can't swim all the way across that because my character gets tired and I die. Like, oh my god, what's the point of it being an open world if you're limiting the player with stamina meters and other crap like that? Also, I'm right in front of it and it can't see me, apparently. I don't know why this camera is just so... Can it not? Are you serious? I'm literally so low I could touch it, and it's just, I guess I have to fly down to it. Oh my god. See what I mean? It just seems tedious. Like, there's some things that just don't work, and at that point you just don't even care, and that's kind of how I feel. Like, it's so tedious to do anything. See, he's gonna get tired at the wrong moment. If only I could grab this edge right here. Okay. Like I said, I'm not trying to hate on it. It's just there's some things that just don't make sense. Like, you have an open world, which is what we're looking at right now. And you have these giant bodies of water, and there's no way the player would ever be able to swim across that, because you limited the player by putting a stamina bar on them, so they can't fully swim across this entire lake, and it's unimmersive. You would never be able to utilize it. So what's the point of making it if the character can't even utilize it? Like, the player can't utilize it. Oh my god. Having to fall down on this freaking thing so that it could see me. And then it flies off over there. It's like, bye. Can't make me do work. Oh my god. That's the only problem I have with it, like I said. Locking me off so that I can't advance the main story, that's what I'm wanting to do. You don't gain enough experience points. You're limited with cooldowns. There's no guard button. Like, these are all my main problems that I have. And they can all be fixed. I mean, if they want to have a cooldown system in their game, that's fine, but can you make it not so penalizing? Can you make it at least faster? If you want an experience thing in your game, that's fine, but can you make it to where the player gains more experience points and makes the player feel more rewarding for doing these things in the first place? Because as of right now, I don't feel rewarded for crap. Like, I don't get enough experience points for anything. Anything I try to go through and do, it just doesn't feel like it's rewarding me enough, and it feels pointless. But that being said, though, I really do like the characters. I have a friend who doesn't like the characters, couldn't even get into the game, said he just didn't like it at all, and it was rather boring, and that Honkai Impact was better than this. So, I don't know. Everybody's different. I can't say. I also have another friend that memes the shit out of this game. They're memeing everything in a very funny way, I must add, but I'm probably only one of the few of the people I know who play this that is trying to take it seriously, but it's hard to when I have problems with it too. So, because of the stamina problems limiting me from continuing the story based on adventure level, having cooldown problems, no guard button, not gaining enough experience points, I would probably give this game an 8 out of 10. Mainly the 8 reason why it's so high is because it is open world. It is free to play. The game is aesthetically pleasing to look at. It is pretty. I do like the characters. I do like how each of them are different and have their own abilities and their own element. I do like how you can change the main protagonist's element, whether if you played as the girl or the boy. The boy is either, the girl is Lumina. Like, it doesn't really matter who you pick to play as. The fact is that you can change their main element. You can only change their element too. You can't change any other characters. See, like, 20 experience for opening a chest. That should be like a guaranteed 50 or 100 every time. Like, it keeps changing too. That's what's more annoying. One moment it's 10, then one moment it's 20. It's like, make up your mind. Why? Just why? It's a ruin hunter. Guess I'll interrupt you in the middle of flying to tell you that. Oh god. I need to calm down. Jump, fall off the wall, please. How is that new? I already know about this thing. It's the enemy boss that I was looking for. Like I said, I'm not trying to nitpick and be annoying. It's just, like, I've been playing this game for a long time now. Putting in so many efforts and so much hours into it, and I don't feel rewarded at all. There's cooldowns to the character's strong attack, so when you do try to fight bosses, it's limiting me because I can't use the character's strong attacks because there's a cooldown on it, and then if I do get it, I miss it. Like, there's sometimes I'll miss my intended target. See, her cooldown for that is just, it's not ideal. This is what I mean. So, I'm trying to get some good gameplay here so that people could see that I'm not just shitting on this game. I'm not shitting on it. There might be some people thinking I'm just shitting on it, but I'm not. I'm trying to give a general review, and I'm trying to be as real as I possibly can. I don't want to lie and give false ratings all because it's free to play. I'm not going to say how I feel about it because it's free. The developers want to know what people think, and I'm just trying to do that. I might have to go to the actual website to do enter the survey there, but I would like to show video evidence as well that this is difficult. Like I said, because I can't use their triangle move. See, if I would have been able to use it there without having to wait for it to charge up or refill itself, it would be a lot more easier. I mean, I am making it work, I know despite all of what I'm saying, I am actually doing this and I am making it work, but I'm also having to switch between my characters quite a lot to let the R2s recharge, if you've noticed. I've been having to switch between them quite a bit. And not only that, like I said, when you switch characters, there's like a cooldown, even for that, like a 3 to 5 second cooldown. So I was able to defeat that, but I don't know if that actually counts. That was a boss. I don't know if I actually did it. I don't know what's up with this. Incomplete writing. The Firmament subdue was no longer in effect, but the serpent did not perish, and its foul blood congealed within earth and formed stone, poisoning the world. Thus 3 statues were used to subdue it. Just 3 lines in Paimon's head is hurting. Why are all leeway stories written like this? That bit goes foul blood something something form stone. Does that mean there's strange stone around here? Let's look at all the stones around here and see if we could find leads. Okay. That's really all I have to say about the game. Is I do like it. I don't know what the hell. It's just like having to spam the square button to pick up these items. Look at that. And then the chests, just they spill the items out all over the damn place. Ah. Look at this thing. It's like, would you like to accept my challenge? I am a horse fox. What the hell? Huh? What? Was I supposed to follow that orb? Because it went off, disappeared, not even see it. Well, I don't know about that. Anyway, that's really all I have to say. I do like the game, though. It really is aesthetically pleasing to look at, and it really is pretty. It also reminds me a lot of the Tales games. Tales of Symphonia or Xillia, by because they use the same, like the same character modeling with the outlines. It's literally the same. I don't know, that's really all I have to say about it, though. I'm not trying to hate on it. I know it sounds like that, but look, it spills the items out all over the damn place. And if you're up on a cliff to get a chest, the items will fall out all the way down. And it's like, well, that defeats the purpose. Do you really expect me to go chase that? Because there's fall damage, for one. I can't just leap to my death. Woo! I don't know what that was all about. It was like start, and then an orb flew out of that thing and took off, and I didn't even see where it actually went. It's like a goat demon. What is this, Baphomet? What are we doing here? That's really all I have to say. Like, I've restarted this video 3 times, and I don't want to restart it again. Nobody really cares anyway, and I know it. It's just... people want to know, you know? The developers are curious, and for me, for games that I like, not anybody else, me as a person, what I like in games, I don't like being limited in any way, shape, or form. I like being able to spam my attacks endlessly without pause, without needing to recharge, just being able to use an ability consecutively whenever the hell I want, wherever the hell I want, as much as I want. That's what I like. I also like being able to run and dash and climb up things without getting tired. And I also like being able to stay with the story, follow the story without being locked off from it in any way, shape, or form, either by needing a level requirement, or needing an item, or needing a character, or needing anything. I like being able to a game where I can just play the damn story. Just play the game. I know it is set up like this because they want you to explore the open world, and there are times where you can't climb up everything because you get moments like this. Like, yeah, okay. But yeah, I just want to be able to follow the story, and I can't. It's locking me off from it so bad, and then not only that, not only does it lock me off, it takes me forever to try to get that level up. And there are more of those demon statues. I guess I need to get them all to light up, is what I'm guessing. Not only that, I have frame rate problems. There's some times where the game slows down, or it freezes. There's been times where it's freezed on me completely, and it's did something weird to my PS4 where when I turn my PS4 on again, it's like the PS4 was not used properly last time. Do you want to report to Sony? So it's also been acting funny in terms of frame rate. And it glitches and freezes sometimes. I've also been disconnected from the server like 3 times today, and that's never happened before either. So see there it is. You see how it slowed down? It froze for a second when I was trying to turn the camera. So I don't know what the hell is going on. But I do like the game though. I have been playing it more than other stuff that I play, and normally I would never play anything other than what I do normally play, and the fact that I've been taking a break from that to play this is actually saying a lot, if anything. I didn't want to fall down either. That's another thing that's bothering me too, is when you jump and you fall, I feel like you just gravity pulls you down too fast, where I feel like I can't, like, he jumps and he immediately goes down. It's like, can't I even, what's the point of having a wind glider if you come down right away? I mean, I know gravity is a thing, but come on. Also, you can't climb things. See what I mean? I'm trying to climb this wall and I can't. Like, what the hell? Not only that, what's annoying too is these things, if you're not directly on them, they don't move. I hate that also. Like, you have to, it requires you to get up and to fall directly onto it in order for it to move, and like, oh, having to spam the square button to pick up those items, oh my god. Another thing too is when you move in a certain way, the camera will point down, and I have to fight it to come back up. Oh my god. I'm trying to make this work, it's really difficult. See how it spills the items all over the place? There has been times where it's done that, and it's knocked items down cliffs, and I'm like, I'm not going down to get that. Screw it. There should be a gather all button, there really should, and the cooldown should be faster. You should also gain more experience points. You also should not be locked off from the main story, because if you were able to gain more experience points, you'd be able to get your rank up faster. Like, this is ridiculous. And also you can see I am having frame rate problems. When I'm spinning the camera around, it's slowing down, and it kind of like freezing. When I go to spin it, it'll like slow down in some aspects. It'll like slow down. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Like I said, I'm trying to make it work. Maybe it's just acting like that because there's a lot of people that are online playing right now. That could be it. I also like how I said I was going to get to that tree up there and I didn't. Technically I got close to it, but because I said I'm limited by stamina, I can't just climb that. It would be cool if I could start climbing it without having to worry about a stamina bar, but unfortunately this is not the world we live in. Again, that's really all I have to say. I know they are minor complaints and minor nitpicks, and it just sounds like I'm ranting and bitching. But for me and my playstyle, that's what bothers me. I feel limited on everything. My strongest attacks I can't even use because there's a damn cooldown, or I have to build them up. I'm also locked off from the main story because, oh, I'm not the right level. And it's like, really? I want to focus on the story. I'm really getting interested in it. And like with Venti, he's one of my favorite characters so far. And I can't even just get... I can't even get into it! Oh my god. See, I can play as, Venti for a little bit. I have a chance to unlock him, but I think I can only do that for 4 more days. It's like an active thing. I don't have the money to pay to unlock him because I could pay real money, but even that's still a chance gamble too, because you just buy the gems to use to try to get that. There's no guarantee you would even get that anyway. I don't know how to feel. I'm not trying to come off sounding poorly. I'm really not. It's just, I don't know what to do about this. I do like the game. It is fun. I do like everything about the game so far. I'm not hating on it at all, honestly. I know it seems like that, but I'm really not. I actually really like the game a lot. The graphics are really pretty. A lot of the buildings and designs are pretty. I like how all the characters are different from each other and no 2 characters play alike. I like how they have their own unique style and elements. I like their designs overall. Character designs. They are interesting and they are pleasing to look at. It is a fun game. It's just I have some little nitpick problems with it, and I know it's just little nitpicks, but I just don't like cooldowns on anything really. There are games that have cooldown mechanics I never really like. I don't even really gravitate towards. See, his is fast here, his cooldown, I have noticed that for Venti, his cooldown, it is still 14 seconds, but for some reason it does feel like it goes down a lot faster. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just because of his character and who he is. I can't even see him because I'm against the wall. The camera angling can get really bad in this game too, at times. I can't really defend that. I'm not going to because it's true. The camera angling gets bad at times. That being said, I do feel like his cooldown is faster. Maybe it really isn't, but maybe it's just because I'm focusing on using normal attacks here to attack these enemies that it's not really a big deal or it's not noticeable. But I just feel like his maxes out right away. As soon as the cooldown disappears, it's ready to use again. And the other characters are not like that. So I don't know if it's just because he's a special chance because he's actually Barbados, the wind god, Archon. I don't know, you see how it's green and it's maxed out again? So I don't know if it's just because this is a trial mode too though.